What's going on, guys? It's Zach back with another video. In this video, I'm going to share with you an experience that has just happened to me and reflections on living in the end and how to consciously raise your vibration. Now, before I get started, my channel is all about conscious creation, self-development, and really how to be the master of your own reality, regardless of what's going on outside of you. You can truly create the life that you desire. You can do, be, and have anything that you can dream. You just have to understand these mindset processes. So if that sounds interesting to you, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, hit that little notification bell so you know when my videos come out, and I hope this information is powerful and helping you to reach those ends that you desire right now. So let's jump in. Now, about 24 hours ago, yesterday morning, I was supposed to start a sublease that I was, renting from somebody. Now, just over the last month, I've been traveling a lot, and so I figured because I was going to come back to Baltimore and just, be a little bit more stable here for a couple months, I didn't want to just come back to the house that I usually stay at just for fear of potentially, giving people COVID. I have been traveling a lot, so I wanted to isolate for a short period of time. So I got myself a sublease for a month, and it turned out to be a scam. And I found that out by showing up to the place only to have the guy ghost me. And I called the management company of the property, and they basically could not confirm any of the names of the people that I was connected with. And you might be looking at this like, well, this is something that you should have, done a lot more due diligence when you entered the agreement. Well, you're absolutely right. Hindsight is 20/20, but I digress. And, I'm sitting there in this parking lot realizing that I just, lost a couple $1,000, not sure where I was going to stay. And these are situations that I've been in before, not necessarily the loss of huge amounts of money, but loss of, lack of a place to live. And in the past, when I found myself in positions like this, I tended to turn to kind of very force-based ways of getting by. You can read between the lines here, but this is basically turning to illegal activities that make you a lot of money in the short term, but there are huge amounts of risks that come with that. And so I'm sitting here, in this kind of familiar position with this familiar sense of lack, of tension, of needing to act. And I found myself immediately turning to my mind and realizing that when we set ourselves an intention, the inevitability is that that intention will manifest. What happens, though, is we get in the way of ourselves, right? We have our fears and our doubts and our indecisions that step in and cause us to want to take these force-based actions, want to turn to, very impulsive decisions, very, I think force-based is a pretty good way to just leave it at that. And instead, I found myself realizing that many times in my life, when I have set an intention, things seem to immediately go the other way. But what we have to understand is it's not really always up to us to make sense of all of the things that happen on the bridge of incidents. Sometimes when we set that bridge of incidents into play, things are going to happen that seem kind of adverse to our situation, but what they're doing is they're, just setting the scene for an easier, more flow-based way of things coming about. And so I thought to myself, in the place that I desire to live from, right, in this end, where I am financially abundant, where I am abundant in love and relationships that really genuinely serve me, and I don't feel like I'm, pumping all my energy into a place that is not giving me anything back. In these situations, right, would the version of myself that is living in this true abundance, right, in this true absoluteness of, having the things that I really desire to have, would they be concerned about the loss of a few $1,000s? Would they ever be thinking that they don't have a place to live, right? Would they ever be wondering where their next meal is going to come from? And absolutely not. That's the answer, absolutely not. And so even before the next couple things happen, which are pretty crazy, and so we'll get to that, but I just, I'm sitting there just realizing, I feel good. I feel fine. I have a car, right? I have enough money that I can buy food. I live in, this is my city, right? I have a village here. I have a lot of people that will support me, and I'm not going to go without a place to sleep. Look what happened. I'm fine. And so I just had this realization, and I almost immediately was able to let go, right? In this situation where over the years in my past, I would have found myself, turning to the street, turning to, selling drugs and whatnot just to get by. I didn't think about that at all. I thought about it in this sense, right? That like in another life, that's what would have happened. But here, I just know that I'm going to be fine. And I know that this is going to lead me to even more abundance. This is somehow, not for me to understand, but it is somehow on my path of actualizing and becoming the best version of myself. And then right after that click, that almost like euphoria, right? A homeless woman walks by and she walks by with, you know, her cart, what I assume to be all of her belongings, her entire life in that cart. It's 30 degrees outside, and I'm looking at this person like, wow, I am lucky, right? I have this car that I'm warm inside. I have gas that I can, you know, keep the heater on. And then 2 minutes after that, one of my best friends calls and tells me that a very close member of his family just died. And so I just started to smile. And I mean, just in the last day, I've been riding this wave of like real positive energy, just really genuinely feeling so blessed, so grateful with everything around me. You know, I went for a hike and I really just, you know, soaked up the nature. Like we have this air that we can breathe. We have all of these organisms surrounding us, right? This planet is just a blip of chance, and yet here we are, you know, reality, consciousness experiencing itself. The point of this video is that it's not always going to be easy, right? It's not always going to be you set an intention and you just ride this wave to victory, right? The part of the bridge of incidence is going within and progressively relieving ourselves of resistance and limiting beliefs and all of these different things that hold us back. But what you'll find is that the more that you can align with this end result, the more that you can genuinely live in the end, the easier it will be, right? And you start to really think from the end rather than thinking of the end, right? In that position where I was in that parking lot, some people might say, well, you thought of the end. Well, I think I really thought from the end, right? I didn't think about the trajectory of getting to that place. I said, this is who I am, right? This is a blip on my map. This is, you know, a small hurdle that is just helping me to realize that truth of my most actualized being more and more. And it plays also into the concept of, you know, hacking your vibe. And realize, guys, that your perception is everything, right? Your own energy that you associate with things is everything. And so if you can go into your own energy space and say, no matter what, I know that things are contributing for me, right? You can find that positivity and you can go to that place of being your most actualized version. Look back and say, isn't it crazy how I overcame that? Isn't it crazy how that was something on my journey? And realize that if you stay in alignment with the end that you desire, you will find yourself in that place one day of looking back and saying, isn't it amazing all those things that I overcame? But all you have to do is continue to believe that is possible and continue to hold on to that end and not grip it, but simply allow it. Realize that that's a seed that you've planted and it is coming to fruition. There's nothing that can stop it except for you and your own fears and your own doubts and your own indecision. So make sure that you have a practice in place to, you know, raise your consciousness. I haven't gotten to this place just because of chance. You know, I've gotten to this place over years of, you know, putting this stuff into practice, you know, shifting my mindset consciously, realizing that there are a lot of strategies that I can do to, you know, raise my vibe hack really, because things don't, you know, mood doesn't change based on, you know, chance or just time or something. Mood changes based on action, right? So your conscious decision to change your mood and then actually going out and making it happen. And so make sure that you have strategies in place to make these things possible for you. Your journey is going to go a lot faster. It's going to go a lot smoother. And if you want some help with this kind of stuff, I do have a program called the Habit Mastery Program. It's all about how to leverage your personal lifestyle patterns to create the best possible, you know, life for yourself. We don't need to follow other people's strategies. I think a lot of the time we put ourselves in this box of saying, hey, things have got to be done this way. And if they're not being done this way, if this way is not working for me, something's wrong with me. The reality is there is a personalized strategy that works for you. You just have to know how to go within, ask yourself what's working for me, what's not working for me, and how can I leverage what is working to transform my life and reach that next step. And if you want some help with that, link below, you can sign up for a call with me and we can get on the phone and we can find out if this program is a good fit for you. But Until then, you guys, I hope this video was helpful. Just a little story. I want to be more transparent with you guys. Otherwise, like this video, share this video if you know anybody that would benefit from it, and subscribe to my channel. Hit that little notification bell so you know my videos come out. Lots more content in 2021. I hope to be releasing at least one video a week. I've been doing a pretty good job, but goal being, you guys, just to get that up to a video a day. So we're going to make it happen. I've ranted long enough. Talk to you guys soon. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below, or you can shoot me an email, zach@veganstarfit.com. Much love. Namaste. See you later.